Welcome to our very first Tea and Training with Ellen for 2020. Happy New Year to you. Congratulations on making it through 2019 and coming out the other side. This is my first work day back. I did a little bit of a brave thing this year, and I took a little bit of extra time off this year and spent last week in planning mostly. So I wasn't working with clients. I wasn't responding to emails. I mostly wasn't even checking emails, and I was just planning. And that was probably one of the best decisions I could have made for 2020. And then today, being first day back, I have set myself up for success. And I want to find out from you, have you started any cool little rituals for 2020? Have you started a morning routine that you've never done before? Let me tell you about my morning routine, and then we're going to talk about what would happen if you didn't have social media anymore. But beforehand, I want to tell you about my morning routine today. My husband usually gets up at 5 a.m. He goes to the gym and then gets himself ready for work, and he's gone to work before 7 a.m. And I usually pull myself out of bed sometime either just before he leaves or just after he leaves for work. And this year, I just went, I need to become a morning person. So this morning when my husband's alarm went off at 5 a.m., I wrestled with the idea a couple of times, and then eventually I got up with him. And we both went to the gym together, and I stayed a little bit longer because I was weight training this morning, and then I did a meditation using the Headspace app, which is amazing, by the way. If you are not using the Headspace app and you're into meditation, but you don't like it to be too woo-woo, please check out the Headspace app. We're using the paid version. It's fabulous. It was just awesome this morning. And after that, it was breakfast and coffee and all those things, and then straight into the office, and I was already in my office by 8 o'clock this morning, which felt amazing. So that was my little morning routine. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this live or whether you're watching the replay of this, comment below and let me know what your new morning routine is, if you've got one, or if you've had one for the last little while. I'm always curious to find out what other people's morning routines are, in case there are little ideas that I want to steal and use in my own morning routine. So comment below and let me know. But let's get on to the tea and training side of today's live. Now I have my tea with me. I'm drinking milky oolong tea from Team 2, which my mum introduced me to, which is fabulous. Highly recommend it if you like green tea. Let's jump into the training. I want to talk to you about what would happen if social media didn't exist anymore. Have a think about that. Imagine if tomorrow you woke up and you no longer had social media. And especially thinking about this from a business perspective, not so much from a social perspective, because I figure if we didn't have social media, we'd just email. I still email my friends. I don't know about you. Am I the only person who still emails their friends? I do. I still email my friends. But imagine you're in business, you're growing a rent roll, and then tomorrow social media just disappears. And all of a sudden you lose that free way of marketing and communicating with a following. And of course there's the paid side as well, but we're talking about the free side of social media today. What if it just disappeared? Now I'm guessing that some of you would be absolutely thrilled. You'd be like, hallelujah, I don't have to worry about planning out social media content anymore. And some of you would be totally devastated. It's like, this was such a cool way to be able to connect and engage with my audience for free. So comment below and let me know, if social media disappeared tomorrow, would you be thrilled about it, or would you be absolutely devastated? I know that as a business owner, you would totally handle it either way. But let me know, would you be thrilled at the relief of not needing to deal with it anymore, or would you be devastated because that was one of your really cool marketing strategies? I know for me, I'd probably feel a little bit mixed. In some ways, it'd be great because social media can really be a suck on your time. However, it's a very cool way of being able to connect with your audience for free, not a cent. So it got me thinking though, if social media disappeared tomorrow, how would you get your name out there, and how would you interact with the people who are interested in your business, in your service, in your brand? How would you continue to build relationship? Because that's one of the cool things about social media, that you can build relationship on social. You can get to know each other a bit better. And the way you would do it is through your database. So your database that has contact details for everybody who has agreed to be in communication with you. So that's how you would do it. Now here's the thing, if social media was to disappear tomorrow, how's your database look? Does it look like it's good enough to continue even if social media wasn't there? Is it good and strong and engaged enough that you are emailing your database on a weekly basis, that you are engaging with the people on your database, whether they are your current landlords or whether they're not your landlords yet? How is the state of your database, and is it growing, and is it even in existence? Like, are there people on there who you are in touch with on a regular basis via email? Because everything you do on social media needs to be leading people in to joining your database. That's the goal. Am I right? Because I love social, and here I am live on Facebook. But the thing is, I don't own Facebook, and I don't own the contacts on Facebook, but I do own the contacts in my database. So that's what you want to be doing. Everything that you're doing on social media with connecting with your audience, with engaging with your audience, needs to be to bring them into your database so that you've got contact details for them, so that if something changes with social, and let's face it, something is guaranteed to change with social. Sooner or later, something's going to change. The algorithm might change. I know that, was it about March last year that Facebook and Instagram both did some weird glitchy thing and you couldn't post and stuff like that happened, and all of a sudden you can't post on your social media accounts. Or maybe a new social media platform comes out and you're not quite on it yet, and you're still working the old social media accounts. Like, how many of us had a MySpace account back in the day that we don't have anymore? The thing is, you just want to be constantly bringing people into your database, because that is how you maintain relationships. So that whether social media stays the same, whether it disappears altogether, or whether just they change the rules, you've got a way of communicating with people. Can I get an amen there? That's what you want to be doing. So here's the good news. Social media is probably not going away. In fact, we're constantly seeing new platforms being added. What's that latest one? TikTok? I am not on TikTok. Let me know if you're on TikTok and what you do with it. Is it just like crazy dance moves with fun music in the background? I don't know. I'm not on there yet. However, the good news is social media is probably not going away. The bad news is social media will probably change their algorithm. Facebook will change, Instagram will change, and that is an ever-evolving journey. So what you need to do is make sure that you're planning your social media strategy to focus on building relationships with your followers. So the people who follow you on Facebook or Instagram, you want to engage with those people. Because what we're looking for is the know, like, trust factor. You've probably heard this before. We want people to know, to like, and to trust us. And if they know, like, and trust us, they're more likely to connect with us, to hand over their contact details so that you can have some two-way conversation that isn't as easily possible on Facebook. So that's what we're aiming for, to bring people through that know, like, trust process so that they end up on your database. And regardless of what you're doing on social, have that in the back of your mind. Every time you go to post something, is this going to help me connect with the people who are following me? Is this bringing people closer to ultimately joining my database and then eventually becoming a landlord client? That's what we want, right? We're wanting them to join your database, to hand over their contact details, and to ultimately become a landlord client, because that's the point, right? That's the point. That's how we grow our rent rolls. So if this is something that you're focusing on in 2020, if you're really wanting to focus on that know, like, trust factor, if you're wanting to get people to feel like they're getting to know your business better, to feel like they could actually hand over their contact details, to feel like they could actually reach out to you and make contact with you and start a conversation, then it's time to look at your social media strategy and what you're posting just for free. Don't even worry about the paid side just yet, but just the free side, making sure that you're bringing people through that process of know, like, trust to eventually connect with you. Now, if you need some help with your social media, we are running a social summit. We ran this at the end of last year and we're doing it again this year. It's so much fun. It is a 5-day free social summit that is held here in a Facebook group here on Facebook, and I'm going to grab a link for you and throw it in the comments section for you right now so that you can go and register for it if you like. It is 5 days of free live training where we're going to go through and break through all your social media challenges. So that means everything from mindset to creating a library of social posts. So if you get stuck about what to post, if you're feeling like your consistency isn't there, if you're feeling like you're not really getting that connection, that know, like, trust connection on social media, if you're wanting to set yourself up so that when you're on social, you are leading people towards joining your database, then come and join the Social Summit. It is the most fun I have probably ever had when it comes to social media. So we've had some amazing case studies come out of the Social Summit from last time. We ran it in November 2019, and if you head to my website, you can check out some of the great reviews about the 5 days of free live training. It was really fun. It is the most amazing community. We all come together, and then it's 5 days of live training. You get worksheets each day. I appear live inside the Facebook group each day, and we break through your mindset challenges around your social media, but we also break through your strategy so that everything you're doing on social media looks, sounds, feels like you, so that the people who are following you actually get to know you, actually get to like you, get to trust you, and want to connect with you. And that's the goal, right? So if social media didn't exist anymore, what we're doing is building your database so that it's okay if it all falls over tomorrow, because you've got your database and you can continue to communicate with those people. So come and join us inside the Social Summit. RentRollStarter.com/social summit is where you go. We're going to be running that live in just a couple of weeks, but you can register for it now, and then you'll get the emails to say that we're good to go. It's a great fun week, and I hope that you'll join us, especially if social media is something you're wanting to focus on in 2020. So I cannot wait to see you inside there. If you've got any questions, comment below. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.